I was waiting in an airport immigration line departing Rostov-on-Don when a man ordered me to follow him. It was the summer of 2019. I had been practicing journalism in Russia. I'd become embroiled in a case that was unlike any other I'd previously explored. It concerned the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Russian military and domestic intelligence, terrorism, espionage, September 11th, the war in Ukraine, and a disappearance that rival agencies were concealing. I followed the man in the direction of a duty-free shop. He was wearing street clothes, not the uniform of a border guard. This gave me to believe that he worked in the Russian intelligence services. He approached a wall varnished with an ad for a perfume. Waving a card key, he unlocked the door. We entered an administrative sector of the airport. I followed him down a long hallway of offices and into one of them. Sitting across a desk from me, he paged through my passport. I had spent many years living or working as a reporter in Russia, and there was no unknown for me to fear. One often heard stories of drama and intrigue, but official encounters were invariably dull. While Russians I knew liked to joke that I was a spy, the professionals understood that I wasn't worth their time. Yet I now perceived that I could be at risk. I'd learned that the case I'd been pursuing reached into both the Russian and U.S. governments. I didn't know how high. I was aware also that Russian authorities had recently seized 2 Americans on dubious charges and were holding them, I believed, to swap for a pair of Russians in U.S. prisons. I considered that I might be facing difficulties more serious than missing my flight home. Looking up from my passport, the man asked why I had come to Russia. In my line of work, it's best not to dance around, but instead tell the truth. Leveling with people usually appeals to them. Sometimes they can even help you. I welcomed any help on this case. I had discovered plenty, but a definite conclusion eluded me. I began to tell the Russian security officer what I knew. There was a young man named Billy Reilly. He lived in a town north of Detroit. The terrorist attacks of September 11th had deeply affected him, sparking an interest in people who pursued struggles in foreign countries. The FBI had come into Billy's life. Later, in 2014, after Russia annexed the Ukrainian peninsula of Crimea and fomented war in the eastern part of that country, he became personally involved. I explained that I worked for the Wall Street Journal and that I was searching for Billy.